Before we talk about retirement, before we talk about the Philippines, hammock life, or mango trees, we need to talk about something bigger than all of that. Something deeper than cost of living calculators or visa requirements. We need to talk about odds. And not the kind in casinos. I'm talking about the odds of you, sitting right where you are, being born at all. Let me break it down. In the moment of your conception, over 250 million sperm cells were racing toward one egg. The one that made it? That was you. Now zoom out. Your parents had to meet. Their parents had to meet. And back generations. Through wars, famines, migrations, heartbreak, survival, illness. Every single ancestor in your line had to live long enough to have kids. Miss one link in that chain, and you never exist. That's not luck. That's a miracle wrapped in statistical madness. You're not just one in a million. You're one in billions. A cosmic accident with purpose. So now what? Do you use your miracle sitting in traffic for 40 more years? Or do you say, this life, this moment, is rare, and I'm going to treat it like gold? Because if you're in your fourth quarter and you're still breathing, that means the buzzer hasn't sounded yet. And you don't coast to the end of a miracle. You squeeze every drop of sunlight from it. You didn't just get a life. You won it. So now you decide. What are you going to do with it?
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.
Most people walk around like life is normal. Like it's something we were entitled to. Like waking up, drinking coffee, checking your phone, and getting through the day is just routine. But routine doesn't change the truth. You are a walking, talking anomaly. Let's say it again. 250 million sperm. One egg. You. That alone should humble you. But when you trace it back, you realize it didn't start with you. It was generations deep. One Viking ancestor dodging a spear in a coastal raid. One farmer ancestor surviving a famine long enough to raise a daughter. One immigrant ancestor who boarded a ship with nothing but hope and shoes that didn't fit. All of them had to make it through hell so that one day, you could sip coffee under a palm tree and ask, should I retire in Cebu or Manila? Brother, that's not privilege, that's divine mathematics. And still, we waste time. We scroll, we argue, we doubt, we replay old regrets, we ignore new chances, all while standing inside a moment billions of souls would have given everything to feel. You don't need to travel to feel blessed. But when you do, and you know what it took for you to even arrive there, that's when you begin to live with gratitude instead of guilt. You didn't just get a body. You got this body, this brain, this soul, this moment in history, born in a time where planes exist, where relocation is possible, where you can choose peace on purpose. That's not luck, that's a calling, and it's about time you picked up the phone. When people hear permanent vacation, they picture cocktails with umbrellas, hammocks swinging between palms, and lazy beach walks. And yeah, that's nice. But that's not what this is really about. This permanent vacation I'm talking about is when you don't need a vacation anymore. Because your everyday life no longer feels like a prison. It's waking up when your body's ready. Not to an alarm clock screaming at you like a drill sergeant. It's eating breakfast slowly, not in a car, not in a rush. It's looking out your window and seeing peace, not pavement. It's walking barefoot in your soul, not in your shoes. You see, when I say vacation, I don't mean laziness. I mean liberation. Liberation from performance, from hustle culture, from pretending. In the West, I was paid, but I wasn't present. I was moving, but I wasn't alive. Here, I'm not running from the clock anymore. I'm sipping life like it's coffee, not chugging it like it's gas station fuel. Permanent vacation is the moment you realize your life shouldn't feel like something you need a break from. Let's get real. You're in your fourth quarter now. This ain't the warm-up anymore. This ain't the halftime show. This is the final act. And you've got two options. Sit on the bench replaying your mistakes. Or walk onto the field and write the ending you want. Too many men in their 60s live like they still got a whole second half ahead of them. You don't, and that's not a threat. It's a gift. Because now, you can stop lying to yourself. You can stop wasting time with toxic women, toxic habits, and toxic thinking. You can finally ask, what makes me feel alive? What makes me feel calm? What makes me feel me? This is the season where the noise dies down, the fake friends fade, and the mirror becomes your scoreboard. It's not too late, but it is urgent. You've still got time to write your legend, but you've got to start flipping pages now. Let's talk about guilt. Some of you made it out of the West, but you still brought the Matrix with you. It's in your head, that voice that says, you're being selfish. You should be doing more. How dare you be happy while others struggle? You ever notice that guilt only shows up when you're finally at peace? That's not a coincidence. That's programming. You were trained to serve systems, not yourself. But I'm telling you, you don't owe your former boss anything. You don't owe society your anxiety. And you definitely don't owe guilt your joy. You unplugged. Now stay unplugged. Freedom isn't just about leaving a country. It's about leaving the mental cage behind too. Rest doesn't require apology. Joy doesn't need permission. And peace? Peace is your birthright. Claim it. Let me say it louder for the workaholics in the back. Rest is not laziness. It's what you bought with your sweat, your years, your sacrifice. There's a reason the hammock calls louder than the boardroom now. You answered every call for 30, 40 years. Now it's time to answer the one inside you. The one that whispers, slow down. You did enough. We've been sold the lie that if you're not producing, you're wasting time. No, you're healing. You're breathing. You're reclaiming the hours they stole. So nap in the afternoon. Stare at the ceiling fan. Pet the street cat that visits your porch. This isn't nothing. This is everything. You ever feel like you started too late? Like you wasted too much time? Like you should have left the West sooner? Let that go. You weren't ready back then. If you were, you would have done it. Life doesn't hand you peace until you're desperate for it. Until you stop clinging to chaos like it's comfort. So if you're 55, 60, 70, and finally feeling peace, don't mourn lost years. Celebrate the fact you made it here at all. You're not too old. You're seasoned. You're aware. You're awake. You're not late to life. You're finally on time for your life. You were never supposed to be here. The math said no. The odds said no. But here you are, breathing, feeling, choosing. The miracle already happened. So now what? Now you live like you know. You walk slower. You thank the trees. You smile at strangers. You stop scrolling past sunsets. You stop arguing with shadows. You stop begging the world to understand your peace. You just live in it. From billions to one, and you made it. So don't waste your miracle. Don't die with your soul still buckled in. Live like someone who knows the odds. Live like you've been chosen. Because you were.